southeast. Alright, so what's happening here? We have an input coming in here on the west. We're going to divide that by 1,000. And we're going to take the input coming from here. We're going to add those together and we're going to send it back here. And we're also going to send a copy up here to the north. So what is the circuit going to do over time? Well, if our input is 0, then when we divide it down, we get 0 going into this input of the adder. And over here, whatever value was coming out of the adder is going back in, being added with 0. This is stable. So we have just some value out here, let's say it's initially 0, and that's also appearing on the out. So here's our input, and here's our output. And originally our input is 0, and let's say our output is also 0. Now what happens if our input suddenly rises to some small positive value? Everything's between 0 and 5, but I'll just say positive, negative, because that's how we usually think of these things. So let's say we increase the input to some small value. Well, that input's going to get divided down, but it's going to get added by this add block, right? We're going to take that western input, add it to the 0 coming in from the east. That's going to give us some small value that's going to appear on the output and also back on the east. And as that value comes around again, it will get added again to our scaled down input. And here's what's going to happen. We're going to start seeing the voltage increase along a straight line. And if our input drops down again, that will stop. We'll have zeros being added and our output will be stable. And if our input now goes negative, then we'll start subtracting from this current output value and this will begin to drop until the input goes to 0 again, and then it will be stable. So what is this? This is a differentiator. It's basically summing the inputs across time, where our delta t is the time it takes an output from here to go through this cell, get reflected back, and get added back to the input. And so it's summing these inputs across time. So this is integration. My God, I cannot do this.